This is Akashvani, Chennai. We bring to you an interview titled The Virtual Landscape, Past, Present and Future. India is home to over 300 animation studios, employing thousands of professionals. The industry has diversified to include various segments like 2D, 3D animation, visual effects, gaming, education and training, etc. The demand for animated content is growing globally, driven by the rise of streaming platforms and increasing popularity of animation in emerging markets. The Indian government has launched several initiatives to support the growth of animation industry, including tax incentives and funding for animation projects. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has been constantly encouraging the youth of India to pursue their career in animation. To know more, we have here with us today Shri G.Thulasi Raman, Deputy Regional Academic Officer and Principal, ICAT Design and Media College. So we're very happy to have you in our studios today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It's been an honor to invite me.
Thank you, sir. Sir, let us now talk about animation in India, because of late we've been seeing our Honorable Prime Minister talk so much on animation, because regularly he's been making a mention on the animation industry and he's been motivating a lot of youngsters to go into animation because he finds that there is a lot of scope. So let us move further.
Sure.
So we wanted to know, how has animation industry evolved in the last few decades, sir, especially in India?
Yes, actually, animation is not actually new to India, but only thing is the awareness is slightly missing. Because normally people consider animation is just for a children's play or where only children's love to see this. Now today it is recognized as a powerful medium.
Okay.
Because that's, as you said, like Prime Minister is recommending this thing for many a times.
Yeah.
That is because actually it is recognized powerful medium. It's a very good storytelling medium across all age groups. It doesn't restrict with kids alone actually. Decades together we have so many examples to say. Like we have a lot of movies, series, episodes, everything is on track actually. So that is a very big evidence that the industry has developed into a greater extent.
Okay. So what are the key milestones and achievement in the industry which you would say, sir?
The key milestones will be kind of a technology advancements as an initial point, I would say. Because without technology, I won't believe like this much of development in this industry. So when it comes to, we call it as rendering, when it comes to bringing out things into reality. So the process of real-time rendering, advanced AI, machine learning is currently into a greater extent. Normally the production we used to record and telecast. Now it is virtual productions are available where all difficult locations can be shot together with the animation. So to give fast and easy way of approach actually. And then motion capture is also evolved a lot. These are kind of examples which I could say about technological development actually. And the examples would be like you would have seen Spider-Man, Frozen, as well as Soul. These are like revolutionary animation with kind of unique techniques, like comic book inspired visual styles. So all these things, if you identify where we have this diverse storytelling, like cultural representation sometimes, there are international movies like Coco, Raya and the Lost Dragon, Encanto. These are like movies which represent cultural emotions. So this is how the animation is becoming very great in an industry, right? From technological advancement, integration of these tools into other industries. Example, gaming industry. So animation is almost collaborating with gaming industry. So I don't know how far people know, like when it comes to any introduction to games, the storytelling is the very key area. So where animation comes into a crucial part in showcasing the realistic features of this gaming as a cinematic experience. So bringing a cinematic experience game means like it attracts audience
Right.
For this gaming industry. And we have VR, AR experiences. So these are the areas that I would say definitely as a milestone of lots. Actually, it is lot more to go.
So what is the current state, sir? How do you see its growth in the recent years especially?
Yeah, there is actually a growth in demand. So like animation, it is not just restricted within the films actually. See, it is used in advertisement, education, medical simulations, medical industry, as I said, gaming. So it is not getting restricted in any areas actually. We need animation almost for everything, I would say. For any way of visual communication, animation becomes a very integral part nowadays. So that itself is like a growth demanding area, I would say. And these things are being globally recognized. Now we all know, like whatever content we have, it is not restricted within small location. No matter it happens inside a room, it is actually projected internationally. So every content is getting globally recognized. Like Indian studios are winning nowadays international awards. Their creativity is recognized. We have technical excellence in this kind of areas, so that we are getting globally recognized. Job opportunities, like this AVGC sector, as you have introduced at the beginning itself. The AVGC sector in India is expected to grow nearly kind of the compound annual growth of 16 to 18% actually. So numerous opportunities, job opportunities create. There is no limitations for this job. That's an advantage of this thing. So with these things, keeping the future growth, where even AI, virtual production, everything, if you say, it is highly in demand actually. The career is continuously growing.
So one sector which keeps evolving every day.
One sector which also supports other sectors. So animation might look like an independent platform, but it is not so. Now other sectors needs animation to develop their own.
Right.
Let it be a business, education, or anywhere you need animation nowadays actually.
True. So what are the most in-demand skills, sir, and specializations in animation today? Like, see, I have, a kind of creativity and I wish to enter to this field. So what would you suggest?
The example would be, for example, if you take the professional courses, like, for example, medicine, if you take. We all know like MBBS, just like a layman perspective, we call MBBS. But when we ask the medicine people, they would say a lot of specialization needed. Like, for example, if you want to have cardiac problems or something, we go for an heart specialist. And the nervous system, we go for neurologist. Like this, we have so much of disciplines and so much of specializations. Maybe the name alone combinedly called as animation. For example, if you say 3D animation, we have animation, modeling, rigging, you have motion capture techniques. So even visual effects incorporates a lot of animation tools. The tools remains the same. The industry has slight difference actually. So both animation and visual effects uses composition tools, simulations. These are specializations I'm talking about, where you can get a job.
Right.
Like modeling means there'll be a specific job. Every production has pre-production, production, post-production techniques. So like concept art, character creations, character designs, and then storyboarding. All these comes under pre-production skills. Again, that is a specialization in animation industry. And now currently the advanced tools like AI, real-time rendering tools, all these matters now. So I have given you a very small gist of this thing. The list goes on actually. N number of opportunities where I would say comparatively you cannot expect any other domain to have this many number of variations in job demand.
Okay. So right now, so like we spoke earlier, we have now a lot of scope. We have increasing platforms, like we have streaming platforms, we have online content generation. So do you think this is helping the industry?
Yeah, definitely it will help actually. This global streaming industry has given a major contribution, or nearly, I would say, not in exact numbers, I would say billions of dollars has been increased right from 2020, even post pandemic.
Right.
It has not been restricted. I would say it is like kind of a democratization of this content actually, because it gives opportunity for young creators to produce and showcase things. Definitely this online platforms has increased the demand actually. You have a lot of animated series you would have seen actually. So it's not just everything is made only by bigger studios actually. All young entrepreneurs who wants to make their content into reality, they make. For them actually these streaming platforms are a very big opportunity. Now Indian studios are collaborating with international platforms. Again, for original content there is a platform. And then skill development, like upskilling, upgrading new skills. It gives a great demand because competitiveness is there actually. When there is a streaming platform available for everyone, obviously there is a competition is there actually. And then challenges. So meet global standards, you have to stick to the budget. A lot of concerns are there. Yes, I would say it's a positive thing.
Right. Because off late we seeing during the end credits, there are a lot of Indians.
Definitely.
Even I think sometimes they even outpar the foreign names that we see.
The quality of manpower is good always. As globally, we are meant for manpower, actually, India. Not just IT alone. Things like this entertainment industry also has a lot of scope, lot of potential in Indian artists and students, actually. Definitely, it's a
booming sector.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, there is a growth in rise in Indian content, actually, when it comes to a lot of creative contents like, for example, Ramayana, Chota Bheem. These are like reflections of our mythological thing, because it's new for the global audience. It's very new for the global. Maybe we know about Ramayana, Mahabharata, but international audiences, for them it will be very fascinating, actually. So, rise of Indian content is there, actually.
So right now, what are the challenges, would you say, sir? What kind of international competition we face?
Yes, challenges, as I said, when you get more scopes, definitely a lot of competitions are there. Like international giants are always our competitors, actually. Maybe budget constraint. Identifying this platform sometimes is not so easy, actually. So budget constraints, working with smaller budgets, and then quality standards, working with the same budget for different quality also matters, actually. So you need to be challengingly, when you want to achieve global standard storytelling and other things, again it becomes a challenge. And in certain cases, like retaining talents, actually, retaining talents is a very big challenge for any studios, actually. Like people, skilled animators, skilled professionals might seek for a good opportunities, a good package and other things. So like retaining them is also one more challenge I would like to add at this point, actually. Sometimes lack of original content. It's always people, because sometimes things are getting saturated. People see everyday content daily. So original content, differences, making difference, making intellectual properties little challenging for these things. Now, like international competition, like giants like USA, Japan, South Korea, these people, like this very established studios, like these people are making a different trend-setting things. Working on par, it's kind of a challenge, but yeah, it is happening. Like we are not that down. Emerging markets like Chinese, Philippines from Eastern Asian countries, they are investing more in animation. Like they want to produce competition to Indian market as well, actually. But these are some of challenges we would
identify. Okay. So like we also touched upon it a little. Is there a talent shortage in India? And what would you say? What are the scopes in taking up animation as a career, sir? If you could elaborate more on it.
There is not a talent shortage, actually. When it comes to talent shortage, it is like this mainstream education. It has become a mainstream education. So when students are coming from mainstream education, like graduates in animation, yes, there are little skill gaps in certain advanced areas. So like because people like me who are coming from this industry, and we are here for more than 2 decades training people, we would say that the skill gap has to be filled when students can able to continue their advanced skill training in VFX, 3D modeling, AR, VR applications. This is what I would say. That I won't say there is a talent shortage, actually. Talent improvement can be said. So in order to work on par with the industry. So definitely mainstream educations will support students. Scope for this talent, there is a tremendous scope, actually. This due to this increase in demands of films, as we discussed already, these streaming platforms, OTT platforms, gaming, advertisement, scope is everywhere, actually. We can scope, we have talent, there is no shortage, there must be some improvements, there is additional skill training has to be given. As a career, animation offers a fulfilled career for who are passionate about storytelling, art. So animation becomes a medium for them, actually. But continuous learning must be there. That's the final thing I would add. Anything continuously, if you practice, and this is something beyond the level of achievement can be made.
Right. There is no end to your imagination.
Yes, obviously.
Right now, you also touched upon it. We have this AI, VR, all of those. So these kind of emerging technologies, what kind of impact does it have on the animation industry?
You mean to say future of this animation industry when it comes to AI? Yeah, AI, it's revolutionizing a lot of workflows, kind of automation. Sometimes like we used to struggle in areas like rigging, renderings and all this thing. Now this AI is actually revolutionizing in bringing advanced character riggings, rendering, and even creating initial concepts. nowadays. So this is going to help us. This is going to increase the content development. It will not be considered as a threat for this thing, but it is kind of where you can use these tools to make this repetitive task more simplified. And your explorations will be in a great extent. For example, real-time rendering. Often we used to struggle long back to make real-time rendering. It's kind of a dream come true for many of artists like us. Now actually this latest engines, Unreal, Unity, have actually transformed animation production. Immediate previews can be made.
Okay.
You can understand, if you can expect a lot, but unless if you don't see the preview easily, you won't compromise. Now these faster workflows. So actually it is actually the emergent technology is actually having an impact in a positive way actually. Like VR, it offers immersive storytelling experiences where the audience are getting immersed in the storytelling actually. Augmented reality, it's actually widely used in gaming, advertisement, and even education. You would have seen now the modern day education where they use smart boards and other things where augmented reality is used. Even if you take kids, like imagine two molecules talk to each other.
Yeah.
That's a great thing, right? When a kid sees two molecules talk, rather than telling H2O is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen molecule. No, what if two talks in between them in a creative way? And
That's more vibrant.
that's how I become water.
Right.
It's fascinating, right? When a kid says, like, these are the positive impact, I would say. Emerging technologies is a great advantage for us actually.
Okay. So how would you see the future, sir? Like maybe 10 years down the line or?
Yeah, the future has a very bright prospectus, global recognition. So we have this collaborative effects where more productions from international studios, as already you said, the credits you have seen a lot of. So when Indian firms and international firms, joint ventures, they actually likely expanding. There are a lot expanding actually. Once there was a limited scopes because international studios are not that much, especially in Chennai. But now collaboration between local houses and foreign, it produces a major advantage actually. The future, this itself is a future actually. It gives now the AVGC sector is expected to grow exponentially, which is fueling demand for original content, advancements in technology. When it comes to global recognition, the studios increasingly become hubs for high quality, especially low cost animations.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually the future of this industry actually. So it's a very good prospective area.
In the future, right?
Yes.
So what all do you think we need to adapt to prepare children, especially, I mean, the students, for changing demands in the industry?
Yes. It's actually an apt question for me because our job is this. Yeah, curriculum updates. When you take formal education, there is a lot of prescribed syllabuses which is there, evolved for so many years. As you know, this with a matter of decades only this industry is growing, and now there is in demand of artists and other people where education has to be updated. The curriculum has to be updated, which has to include technology. When we say AR, VR, all these AI-based animation, like adaptation of these things inside the curriculum. So we cannot be adamant only adapting in age-old things alone. That's a fundamental we need to follow. But along with that, if you can update this thing, that's preparing students in industry demand will be. Like again, industry exposure has to be given. In times like it is enough if you teach. Now industry needs industry-ready people.
True.
There is no more weightage for them to train students when it comes to in-house production training, which is not so easy for any production because they need to complete the projects on time. They cannot waste time training people. So this people who are into mainstream education of this design industry. So we are providing industry exposure to this, like internships, live projects in animation, so collaborative work with industry, and then soft skill training also needed when it comes to storytelling, communication, narration techniques, technical skills, and then lot of workshops, master classes from veterans in the industry has to be provided. So these are the changing demands I would recommend because being there in this education sector for more than a decade, including myself. So I see these are the demands with this industry actually.
So how would you personally motivate your students, sir? Like what all do you do, be it curriculum or off curriculum?
Yes. Definitely personal motivation is must, I would say actually, because I am being a teacher for more than 2 decades actually. not just me, anybody who is in this training to the students, definitely there must be personal motivation in many areas. For example, a genuine passion has to be given to the students in order to build the enthusiasm. When I am being passionate with my own, the same reflects on my students actually. That brings the enthusiasm. They should not be blindfoldedly taught with things. So like that passion, and then a clear setting of goals. What are you? Why are you here? What are you going to become? Like how to make students to guide them to set their goals. So that gives a kind of a step-by-step training easily and possible to the students, like setting them a clear achievable goals. And then when we have lessons to relate them to the real life applications, not though it is a virtual world, actually everything relates to real time situations and other things. How do we show students how and what they create is applicable in real world scenario, industry trends. This is again an important thing when you motivate students. And then incorporating technology with the creative tools, actually rather than beating the same bush we need to engage different tools in animation and other areas. And then when a student is creating something or coming up with a creative outputs, recognizing them, identifying, recognizing appreciations, celebrating their effort also will be a personal motivation to these people. And then creating a collaborative environment. Yes, this industry is a collaborative, it's a team job.
Yeah.
So creating that group activity like discussions, debates, all these things which bring some collaborative environment. And most of them approachable. And this industry is more into learning, nurturing things from the very beginning. So I would say I am approachable all the time, supportive to them for their efforts actually. And then definitely every person, experienced person, everyone has stories to tell, like telling them interesting real life stories so that they will put themselves into that and see what I'm going to become in near future, and listening to my stories, personally motivating them with them actually. When it comes to decision making, supporting them, guiding them whether it's right or wrong in decision making. So basically it's a lead them by an examples. This must be there with training perspective, say motivating students. Yes, definitely this is needed for everyone.
Yeah. And then can you share some of your success stories, like especially of your students, which will, encourage the others who are wanting to get into this field?
There are a lot actually. As I said, we are there for more than 20-25 years. We have a lot of success stories, especially developing these AVGC sectors worldwide actually. We have award-winning talents, for example, a lot of prestigious awards for their own work, for the students' work. We have people who have obtained this thing. Our alumni have these things. And then we have leadership qualities with our students. When it comes to the alumni range, we have creative directors, animators, game designers, VFX supervisors. These are people who are driving innovation. So they set benchmarks in their respective fields. So we have creative leadership. That is a very big success story for our own institution. And then global contributions when it comes to gaming, international projects, blockbuster movies, advertisement. Everywhere our students are there actually. And then entrepreneurial ventures. So we have our own students. For example, if in all these bigger VFX studios are owned by our own students actually. They are founders of these big ventures, and it's successfully they are running. So they are contributing creative employment opportunities where the students studied with us. Now they are creating opportunities for this creative industry, pushing their boundaries in AVGC. In one word, I would say we run the industry. Our students run the industry, we would say. That is actually a very big success. Some of the success stories when it comes to Prime Minister constantly encouraging the youth to explore this industry actually. Yes, our Prime Minister has shown significant support actually for animation, visual effects, gaming, that is AVGC industry, recognizing its potential for economic growth, global competitiveness. Over the recent years, Indian government has taken steps to promote this sector, because as it aligns with a larger goal of making India a hub for digital creative and innovation. We have seen this AVGC promotion task force. That's government established a task force to recommend strategies for the growth of AVGC sector, creating job opportunities, developing talent pipelines in India, supporting for startups. Our PMs emphasized an importance supporting young entrepreneurs to startups, which aligns, like we have Startup India and Digital India initiatives actually. True. Skill development programs like recognizing the need of trained professionals in the AVGC industry. The government encourages skill development programs, collaborations between industry, academia to prepare students for careers in animation, gaming and visual effects. International market force, our PMS mentioned the potential of Indian AVGC talents to make a mark globally, has encouraged the industry to contribute to the global entertainment and as well as media sectors. So all these actually are positive and
it spurs the growth of the industry.
We could see how our Indian government is supporting this industry. It's a great milestone, I would say. It's a welcoming thing for everyone who wants to continue and thrive into this industry, who already into this or want to come to this industry. These are some of the
and especially being in India itself.
Yes, India itself, where all these days it is just considered as a mere media entertainment like that, but it becomes a very integral portion of science also, like science, innovations in every area. Let it be technology oriented or agricultural, anywhere you see this media entertainment industry, especially animation, visual effects, has a very crucial role actually.
True.
The current contents which we see in all these things, it's a very big example.
So thank you so much for your time, sir, and because this is one untapped industry which we haven't discussed much further so far. So thank you so much for your time, and you've put it so much easily for us to understand what is happening in the industry, and thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Like, I would like to connect this with a lot of people, because in the layman perspective there's a different understanding about animation. When it comes to learning, still now it is not considered as a mainstream education actually. It is considered as a child's play. When you call game, it is a different thing. But this is what makes things right now actually. This animation, this visual media, what we have right now actually, it actually unites the world actually. When you have technology in your hand, the creativity follows you everywhere actually. And we would proudly say we creators actually.
I think probably in few years, we'll have parents saying proudly that their son is a gamer or a game producer. Things
already
we
are
started.
into that. And if it continues, we are very happy actually.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. You just heard the interview titled The Virtual Landscape, Past, Present and Future. Participating in the interview was the Deputy Regional Academic Officer, Principal of ICAT Design and Media College, Shri G.Thulasi Raman. It's goodbye from me, RAJESHWARI. This program came to you from the studios of Akashvani, Chennai.